Hey guys, Happy New Year. In this video, I am going to be comparing a lens that I reviewed a couple of weeks ago. This is the Sigma 16mm F1.4 to the humble kit lens. So let's check both of these lenses out up close before we get into the photos. So there is a significant size difference, as you see here, between the kit lens and the Sigma 16. I would say it's about 3 times as large when it's collapsed as the kit lens. There's also a pretty significant weight difference between these two as well. The Sigma is a large lens, but it is very fast at f1.4, so you need more glass to let in that amount of light. Kit lens is 3.5 on the wide end. So these are the two lenses that I am comparing. Now the purpose of this comparison really is to understand what you're getting by paying about $450 for this lens. It's a prime, it has autofocus, it's fast. We know that Sigma makes great lenses. I am expecting the Sigma 16mm to produce much sharper and better results than the kit lens, but how much better? That's really the question that I'm trying to answer. So let's check out some sample photos side by side from both of these lenses. I should mention that all of these comparison shots were done on my a6000 with a tripod. Optical steady shot was off, and I did use a 2-second timer delay, and there was no post-processing or editing of these photos. These were done in RAW, and you are seeing the RAW files in Adobe Lightroom. So let's check them out. All right, so in this comparison, what I will do is I will keep all of the Sigma lens images on the left and all of the kit lens images on the right. You can see the settings at the top. These are both done at f3.5. Let's take a look at center sharpness here. All right, so Sigma looks better to me already. You can see the rail, the windows. Significant difference right here. Sigma is very sharp. The kit lens is quite a bit softer. Now let's move over to the sides. Same story here. You have better colors here with the Sigma as well. You can see the lights. This is just not good on the kit lens. You also have some chromatic aberration here on the Sigma. There is a little bit here in the corner, but definitely not as noticeable as the kit lens. Let's see if we go down. Let's take a look at this sign here. Down at the front, same thing. A little bit sharper here with the Sigma lens, a little softer with the kit. So first one goes to the Sigma. Next shot here is just a portrait or a semi-portrait, my attempt at a portrait. Let's take a look at focusing in sharpness. All right, so definitely sharper with the Sigma, noticeably so. You can tell with the face and the hair in particular, you can see how much softer the kit lens is here. And both of these shots were done with autofocus, so the Sigma does a really good job of autofocus. Let's take a look at the jacket here. Detail, yeah, the Sigma is a bit better here. What's interesting about this shot is even though both were done at f3.5, you have some nicer bokeh with the Sigma lens. I'd say this one is a definite win for the Sigma. Here is another portrait. Now with this one I did it a little bit different. You could see that the Sigma's at f1.6. I don't know why I didn't do f1.4, but it's at f1.6, so almost wide open and wide open on the kit lens at 3.5. And this I was just trying to see if there was much of a difference in subject separation, and perhaps it'd be better to do something like this. So you can see the background. This is the Sigma lens, and then you switch over to the kit. You have quite a bit more definition in the background because it is a slower lens. Now, taking a look at them side by side, I'm curious as to which one is sharper, and pretty evident that it is the Sigma. Move out to the hair, definitely sharper here as well. And then immediately you notice the bokeh in the background. So a cool lens. Again, this Sigma really isn't for portraits, but the fact that you can take shots like this and it come out so much sharper than the kit lens is truly impressive. Next shot here is a Tesla store here and some trees. And when you take pictures of trees and leaves, you can very clearly see differences in sharpness. So let's wait for these raw images to load. Okay. So in this case, doesn't look like there's too big of a difference yet. Looking at the branches here, there is a noticeable improvement in sharpness with the sigma as we move out. Yep. Here's where you notice it. So you can see how soft all of these branches and leaves are in comparison to the sharp definition that you get with the sigma. And as you go out, again, you'll see chromatic aberration here. There's a little bit here with the sigma, but because it's sharper, it's a lot less noticeable than the soft image that you get. And here's the very, very corners, and perhaps the best example of chromatic aberration yet is right here with the kit lens. So again, in the corners, same story on this side. Kit lens isn't horrible, but it is noticeably softer than a prime. Next shot here is done at f4. This is of some, what is this, Alfa SUV? Alfa Romeo. So let's wait for these things to load. Looking at just the badge, softer with the kit. Headlight, also softer with the kit lens. You can see a difference in the wheels. And again, this is stop down, so you have a little bit more bokeh here with the Sigma lens, so it looks like the brick wall is sharper with the kit lens. Next shot here is another attempt at a portrait, f3.5 now for both. And I'm curious as to sharpness. Yeah, so taking a look at just the eyelashes, softer with the kit lens, which I guess some people like for faces, but in the world of photography, sharpness is important. So Sigma is definitely better here, hair noticeable, not much else to say. Bokeh is about the same in this shot, and if we look out this way, and then if you zoom into the necklace here, you can see quite a significant difference between the two. Something that I haven't mentioned yet is with the Sigma 16, you do have a little bit more barrel distortion. So if you look at this portrait on the 16 and then compare it to the kit, here's the 16 and the kit. So you can see how even though the distance between my tripod and my wife, the subject, is the same, it looks like the 16mm Sigma is closer just because of that bowed out effect with barrel distortion. Not a big issue. You can always correct it using a program such as Adobe Lightroom, like what I'm in right now, but something to take note of. Next shot, this is of a clock with some trees and branches in the back. Now I did focus on the clock, so we'll see which one of these two is sharper. So pretty significant here. You know, you can clearly see the writing on this clock's dial, whereas it's quite washed out with the kit lens. And then as you move up, look at the leaves and branches and compare that. So you have more chromatic aberration here, but it is a pretty big noticeable difference in sharpness between these two. If you look at the detail on the clock, there again is quite a difference here. The last shot that I will compare here is some more buildings. So let's take a look at this. This is again 3.5, 1/100th of a second. Center sharpness is better on the Sigma. Look at the background, it's definitely sharper on the Sigma as well. This edge, let's take a look at the tree here. Again, noticeably sharper on the Sigma, a bit soft with the kit lens. And then this transition is pretty interesting. So you're going from a building as a backdrop to a bright sky. And you can see how the kit lens kind of falls apart, but the Sigma retains the detail in all of these branches, even though you do have some chromatic aberration, purple fringing. I did try this shot at f1.4, and purpose of that was just to see if I did it, you know, you could see the shutter speed here is 1/1000th of a second versus 1/100th of a second. ISO is the same, but I wanted to see if wide open the Sigma was as sharp or softer than the kit lens. So let's take a look here. Looks pretty close here. Not bad, it keeps up. I think it might be a little bit softer here, but then again, you have a much narrower focal plane. What's interesting to me is what's happening here. So you have tree branches you saw in the previous two pictures. So you have a little bit more purple fringing. I'd say it's still pretty controlled, but you notice that the detail, even wide open at f1.4, is much better than what you're getting with the kit lens at 3.5, which is wide open at 16mm. So yeah, you don't even see a lot of these small branches with the kit lens, whereas the Sigma, again, 1/1000th of a second, wide open, still picks up a lot of those details. So that is it for the side-by-side comparison. Now, I've compared a lot of lenses on this channel, looking back at thinking about the Zeiss lenses that I've compared to the kit lens, the 18-105. If you go back and look at those videos, you'll notice that the difference in sharpness between something like a Zeiss 16-70 and a kit lens is noticeable, but it's not nearly as glaringly obvious as this difference here. And that's partly due to the fact that this is a prime lens. Prime lenses in general are much sharper than their equivalent zoom counterparts. But the other part of it is Sigma just produces really, really good lenses. The Sigma 30mm is very sharp. The Sigma 60mm also very sharp, very good colors. And this Sigma 16 is no slouch. I think it's one of the best lenses that they've put out. This is definitely a lens that I'm keeping. It's going to be in my collection. As I said in the review video of this lens, it's top 1 and 2, one of my favorite lenses of this last year. Going into 2018, it's going to be one of my go-to wide-angle lenses. So I definitely recommend this lens if you are looking for something that's sharp and wide, that has good autofocus. As I mentioned in the review video, this is great for night photography. That's one thing that I didn't mention in the side-by-side is how much more light this lets in. So at nighttime, the difference between f3.5 and f1.4 is huge. This is a much more usable lens at night. So those are my thoughts on these two lenses. If you don't shoot a ton of wide angle and you're okay with a little softer images, the kit lens is fine. But if you are looking for something that's very sharp, excellent in low light, does an excellent job focusing, you're okay with a little bit of extra weight and heft, the Sigma 16 is definitely a lens that you should check out. I'll post a link down below to Amazon for those of you who are interested. As always, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for all the likes, comments, and support, and stay tuned for future videos. Bye-bye.